Hey guys, it's Celestial Milk and we are back for another art video, except this time it's all Galatea / Foraging Update NPCs. I drew all of these before the update came out, so I hope y'all enjoy them. If y'all have any ideas for other NPCs you'd like to see for future art videos, or just anything Skyblock related, drop a comment, let me know. I'm gonna pick some and I'm gonna make a video from it. Alright then, let's get into it. So we are going to start with the NPC that you see when you first get to Galatea, Hina. I knew immediately when I saw her that I needed to draw her due to her cute little antlers and nice blonde hair with all the flowers in it. I knew it was going to be really fun. There are a few things I particularly enjoyed about this drawing, obviously the antlers, but also the coloring. The greens were so much fun to work with, and I'm going to say that a few times in this video because almost every NPC has a lot of green. It's fitting, being a foraging update, there's gonna be a lot of earthy colors and I just really enjoyed that. Throughout all of these pieces, I was experimenting with a little bit of a different art style. I was trying to do a bit more of a pixel art-esque style, so my canvas was like 600 by 500-ish pixels big, so if this is a little blurry when it comes across in these speed draws, that is why. That means it made my process a little different than usual and I was able to experiment a bit more and also just be a bit more loose. Because I was doing a different style, I had less rules that I constrained myself to than usual, which I just do because I'm an artist and, things are supposed to be correct and right or whatever. But I felt like it gave me the freedom to play around just a bit more, and I think that's why I enjoy so many of the pieces that are in this video so much. With this one specifically, I enjoyed all of the little flyaways in her hair and the folds of her clothes, specifically the shading. I'm also going to say that a lot in this video because I felt like it was something I was working on, actively learning while doing these pieces. I wanted it to come across very well shaded and clear as to what was going on in all pieces of the art. You're also going to see me skip around a little bit when it comes to the background. I was going between pink and green because I couldn't decide. I think both backgrounds went really cute. I just think the pink made her stand out a little bit more than the green because the green she's kind of blended into due to her clothes. The next NPC that I knew immediately I needed to tackle was going to be Agatha, the wonderful Starland sister who conducts your contests and gives you your prizes. She plays such a big part on Galatea that I felt like I needed to give her that amount of personality, so I spent a lot of time deciding how to pose her. So I ended up with her, looking at you because you didn't do good in the contest, and she's holding her clipboard, and she's got her hair in these nice cute buns, and most importantly, she's got her glasses, which you just don't see on a lot of NPCs. My favorite part of this piece, like I said, ended up being the pose. I enjoyed messing around and finding something unique, and I'm not the best always at portraying a certain level of emotion or personality, and I felt like I got that down in this piece with Agatha. Next up ended up being Kelly, which you see on the little winter island where you chop down the spruce trees. This one ended up being a quick one. It's the shortest time I spent on any of the pieces in this video. A lot of people were asking for art of her because she's cute and she's got a lot of charm. I don't know why they gave her shorts and like a loose jacket on a winter island. Seems a little not appropriate for the weather, but that's okay. I enjoyed drawing her. Once again, my favorite part of this piece is gonna have to go with I like her hair, specifically the shading of her hair. I enjoyed that the colors I pulled from the NPC skin had a lot of blue undertones, and I really wanted to carry that over, and I think I did a good job. A lot of people will likely say that this was their favorite piece, at least that's what the numbers told me on the social media platforms I posted them on. Go follow me on Twitter, celestial__milk, if you want to see these pieces before they hit YouTube. But let me know if you agree or disagree with that down below. Speaking of favorites, this one is my favorite piece from this entire line. I don't know, I switched styles from the last piece to this piece and went more for something that was a little closer to the stuff I usually do. And her face and eyes were just so cute. And again, her hair and clothes, I feel like I did a really good job on. There's a lot more depth than I'm used to getting, and the colors came out just better than I expected. Chris made a very interesting comparison that I thought was accurate. She looks just a little bit like Yotsuba from Quintessential Quintuplets, and it wasn't intentional, but I love her in that show, so I enjoy her very bright orange hair contrasting the green a lot, so that was a lot of fun to shade. And looking back, I think the only thing I would change is I would give her a bit more of a more detailed background, though I know she just sits on her little tower, so I made it kind of simple, but I would have done more. It's also worth mentioning that this is when I started to experiment more with the fact that this is pixel art when it all comes down to it. I used to do pixel art, just on a much, much smaller scale. I added a bit of dithering, which is the little misplaced pixels underneath the second lightest green on her shirt, as well as coloring the line art a little bit different where the highlights are, a little lighter than black, even though black is always my go-to for line art. I also did that on Hina, but I felt it was a little too excessive and it came out kind of muddy. I think I applied the colored line art a lot better for Rosemary, so overall, favorite piece, happiest with the product, as well as just the enjoyment that I get out of drawing. It was very, very fun. So for this video and for the NPCs that I wanted to draw before the update came out, I kind of stuck to all of the ones with significant parts and interesting and unique skins, because there's no point in drawing the same NPC over and over again with just a slightly different color palette. It was pointless. But this NPC is silly, and I enjoyed her voice lines, and I thought it was cute. She is the one that you run into, and she's complaining about the view, Dalia. So I had to draw her. Her outfit was kind of ugly, so I didn't follow it exactly. But I'm mostly happy with this piece. I think that the way her arms came out after I added the clothing fold looks really weird and too skinny. Y'all probably wouldn't have noticed that had I not said it, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't like it. Overall, I think it's a funny bit. It's a cute piece of art, just not the happiest with it, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Y'all get the gist. The last NPC I squeezed in here before the update came out was Agatha, the witch who takes your little fishes and gives you XP for them. So, I love a witch, right? I used to spend a lot of time when I was a teenager drawing witches and mythical beings and animals and stuff, and I need to get back to my roots, okay? So, I wanted to give her a big nose, because I like a big nose, especially on a witch. I did, however, not make her bald, like her NPC, because a nice witchy looking hand and her little fishes she's levitating around, and I've got her big floppy hat, and I went ahead and put a little fish hook sticking in there with a feather. I really enjoyed working on this piece, and I'm gonna put it down as my third favorite of all of them. I enjoyed the purples that I got to work with, and I made her hair a kind of sea greenish blue. I thought it was fitting. This one ended up taking a little bit more time when it came down to coloring and just getting to a point where I was happy with the product. I went a little more loose with this one than the previous pieces. I was kind of trying to stick to it looking very pixel art-y, and I didn't really worry about that here. I just kind of put some shading wherever I wanted and just used a gradient or two, but I really wanted the water to look interesting and draw your focus, so I spent more time on that than I think I spent on the hair. So notice that and appreciate it because I'm proud of how it came out. And then I tried to match the fish to actual Minecraft fish. But yeah, I'm happy with how she came out. Alright, well that wraps up all the art I have for you today. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know down below what your favorite piece that I made was, or if you hated every single one of them. Any engagement is good engagement. If you liked this video though, like and subscribe down below. It means a lot. I need to get to 30K so that way I can get YouTube rank and access alphas ahead of time and support my newsman boyfriend. So thank you guys for watching and staying till the end. Don't forget to use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order. Bye bye.